Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And all you HBAR out there who are celebrating the price chart on HBAR, being in price discovery, being above the all-time high, being at these massive prices already that aren't even massive. Realistically speaking, these are breadcrumbs. We don't even know what's to come for HBAR. Nobody does because think about it, right? HBAR has never had a bull run before. HBAR is a top tier asset class. I've been telling you guys for the longest time that HBAR could easily hit the #1 asset in crypto. A lot of people call it hopium. A lot of people say there's no way, it can't hit that. The market cap's way too high, blah, 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 blah. Listen, HBAR has the power, the potential. It has the team behind it, the innovation, the development behind it to hit #1 in this market and ultimately throw Bitcoin down a flight of stairs. Think about it logically like this, right? So we're seeing a lot of things happening with Tether, right? So realistically speaking, when we talk about Tether, we also have to talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin, for the longest time, has been held up by Tether printing. A lot of people will say, that's FUD, there's no way. Look at the logistics behind it. Every single time that Bitcoin has pumped extremely hard, I'm talking, from 3,000 all the way up to 65K, Tether was printing money out of nowhere. Why do you think Tether doesn't want, these documents to get released in regards to the Tether suit? Very simple, right? They know that they don't have the backing for the amount that they have in circulation in the US dollar. They always say that Tether is backed by the US dollar, but it's not. Okay? It's absolutely not. They have way too much in circulating supply to actually back it by any cash investments or anything in regards to that. So overall, when we talk about Tether, we talk about Tether going down. We also talk about Bitcoin going down with it. Now, in my sense, and I've talked to you guys about this for a very long time, we could see a massive utility market by 2022. Now, in regards to that, we also talk about the high tier or the top tier utility tokens. Throw ADA out of there. Okay, a lot of people will continue showing you ADA at these prices. I am not going to. People could hate on it all they want. They could say that I hate ADA, that, oh, it's all FUD, I buy the FUD. Go ahead, keep buying ADA at these prices. I don't care. Go ahead. I've talked to you guys about ADA and how they haven't had a live product on ADA since 2017. They just released their first DApp on the smart contracts. It's laughable to me because HBAR, for what it is replacing smart contracts. It's also, HBAR is basically replacing Ethereum. It's the true Ethereum killer. I know a lot of people say that. A lot of people say that is the Ethereum killer. HBAR is the true Ethereum killer. So, in regards to a lot of these assets, we talk about XRP, we talk about, ALGO, we talk about all of these other, XLM, P2P payments, all this stuff. But HBAR, for what it is worth, wow, HBAR is almost at the 20s now. It is at 33 right now, up 76.77% on the 7-day span, up about almost 14% on the day span. We are sitting over $1.3 billion in volume. I've told you guys once we get to $1 billion in volume that the price would be massive in terms of where we go, well above all-time high, and that is what we have seen. HBAR is a gem in the making. So how high could we go? Price discovery, how high could we go? Well, it's very simple, right? So right now, currently, we're sitting well above the all-time high, sitting fairly comfy, right? Our all-time high right now is sitting at about 58 cents roughly. I think that we easily hit 75 cents by the end of the week, depending on how tomorrow goes, right? It could be, buy the rumor, sell the news sort of aspect. We could see a little bit of a shift in the market. We could see a sell-off happening tomorrow. Nothing too crazy. I'm still expecting $1 at least by the end of the month, realistically speaking, especially comparing it to most other assets. Now, what is going to be happening with Hedera in the coming months is very, very interesting, especially in regards to the overall price. So we talk about Dragonglass, how they're doing, $1.3 billion or billion transactions a year. I wish that it was dollars. But overall, if we look at the yearly span, we have done, if this could update, I don't know why it's not updating, but we do know that right now they are doing, so there it goes. It's very so almost 1.4 billion transactions in 1 year, up about 420%. This is, basically going back to the month span. But overall, they're doing incredible in volume. They have increased a ton in transactions. I know that somebody just showed me like on the daily spend that they did like 30 million transactions. I think it was like yesterday or something like that. Let's go to the weekly. Let's check out the weekly. So they are up. All right, so this I think was the 30 million transactions possibly. So they're up to about 25.3 million transactions in just 1 week in volume. That is absolutely crazy. They're doing more transactional volume a week than most assets are doing in, a year. That's just crazy to me. So overall, when we talk about these transactions, I mean, yeah, sure, they look very good on paper, but realistically, this is only $165,000 in revenue. I know it's nothing, but when we talk about what is to come in quarter four, so let's go to quarter four of 2021. So first off, don't get too excited about staking rewards. I'm not too excited about staking rewards right now. I don't really care for it, to be completely honest with you. I don't really care about staking right now just because the network needs to have a lot more transactional volume on it for us to actually have those major rewards. And I know a lot of people will say, well, Manson Lehman said this and that about... Listen, the reward APY on staking right now due to the transactional volume will not be that high at all, especially for a lot of people who want to stake. I mean, HBAR has a huge community behind it right now. I'm more so excited for sharding to happen in quarter four. I think this is where we do see a lot more utility cases being brought onto Hedera. I think that this is where we will see these transactional data grow a lot more and more. And also, this will allow for a lot more revenue to flow in. By the way, this is where we want to have, the idea of staking coming in. Once we do see more and more transactional volume with the allowance of sharding in regards to unlimited transaction per second. So that is what I personally want to see. Now, there's a lot of things to happen in quarter four, but these are the only two exciting things, staking and sharding. Now, obviously, this is just in regards to what's to happen on the network. That's the only exciting things to me personally. This other stuff is nothing too crazy in regards to the overall network, but I am very excited for what's to come. Now, during this time, we will also see more governing council members. We've seen a lot of things happening. Look at how jam-packed this GC member list looks with incredible names on it. With that being said, we also have to talk about the fact that there's a lot more universities on this GC member list now. A lot of them talking and studying DLTs. Why do you think that they are allowing, universities to study DLT technology? I really want you guys to answer that question in the comments right now, because think about it like this, right? We need to study and learn new technology that has the power and the potential to disrupt the financial sector, to disrupt multiple sectors around the world, not just in finance as well. So realistically speaking, DLT technology is being recognized as a disruptive technology to really overtake a lot of these, pretty much sectors, especially in DeFi and traditional finance, and kind of take it to a whole new level, reinvent the wheel. And that is what I've been telling you guys about Hedera for the longest time. They are reinventing the wheel, right? We're talking about decentralized on Hedera. These are all the use cases of global enterprises. And these are just a few companies. They're even saying, right, there are just a few of the, these are basically just a few of the developers, the entrepreneurs and companies decentralizing the future on, Hedera. Yeah, it's just a few, right? Just a few. There's only 80 plus names on here, but it's just a few. Like, honestly, if you think about it, this is just a few of the names that are on Hedera, but think about the long-term view. Like, we see a ton of names on here that are incredible. We see technology, finance, retail, technology, REC, like Rectify is huge as well. Renewable energy credits, that's huge. Healthcare, logistics. I mean, at the end of the day, when we talk about this just being the bare minimum that they're talking about, we even see the Coupon Bureau, which we've talked about how massive that is as a use case. We also talk about Avery Dennison basically partnering with MasterCard just recently. Alliance Block is huge as well. AdZack's doing 1 billion transactions, but this is just a few. This is like the surface level of what's to come, right? And when we talk about Hedera, think about how much of the world will run on Hedera at some point in time. Like long term, the vision view for Hedera is huge. Right, the endless possibilities. And that's why I always come back to this this entire page right here. I know that you guys, you're probably tired of seeing this page, but we see, I mean, overall, right? We see right here, voting with HBARs makes it difficult and expensive for a bad actor to maliciously affect consensus. It would require them to own and stake over 1/3 of the network's total supply of HBAR, which will not be possible for the first 5 years. Okay? Now, in regards to this goes hand in hand with how much circulating supply is out there. A lot of people give HBAR a bad name because of the circulating supply, the tokenomics. Overall, it's to protect the network. It's for security purposes and also to power the network. Everything on Hedera, any transaction, any use case, any GC member, they are all using HBAR. This is not like Ripple, Net, and XRP. Like, don't get me wrong, most of the use cases on RippleNet will need to use XRP. For an example, the ODL service, they have the choice to use XRP, but they will have to use it if they're transacting outside of the state or the country that they are basically having that CBDC in, or the transactional ODL flow. But with Hedera Hashgraph, everything runs on HBAR. Everything. It's all powered by HBAR. Now, in regards to this, right? They even say that HBAR is used to power decentralized applications and protect the network from malicious actors. Network fuel. The only one that's ABFT compliant. 10,000 transactions per second right now, with unlimited transactions coming in Q4. A fraction of a cent for the fee. 3 to 5 second finality time. The greenest DLT out there for enterprise grade use cases. Here's the advantage. Massive network metrics increasing day by day. Guys, I've told you this multiple times. The ecosystem is incredible. The amount of utility cases behind it is massive. We're talking about proxy staking here. I'm not too excited about it. I don't really care for proxy staking right now. But when we talk about what Hedera is doing, when we talk about the long-term vision, right? There's always a few things that come to me, right? And that is the idea of this ecosystem here. They talk about everything will be tokenized on their Twitter, using the token service. When we look at the token service, we talk about they're saying everything will be tokenized, okay? Without a smart contract, by the way, so eliminating ADA for what it is entirely because it's expensive, it's whatever. We talk about DOTs, we talk about CBDCs, we talk about the future, we talk about the Great Reset, we talk about everything with that. And who is the biggest name of them all? At the smallest price. That is Hedera. They're talking about the tokenization resources. They're talking about asset tokenization. We talk about security tokenization. We talk about CBDCs. We talk about tokenizing pretty much everything, non-fungible and also fungible tokens. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't have to tell you about where Hedera is going. Long term, I don't even care about the price. Like, listen, we're in price discovery right now. We're at good levels. We're celebrating. The HBAR bearings are sitting around. You know, we're all celebrating. We're in Valhalla, basically. We are on the march to Valhalla. It's been a long time coming, but we are there. Okay, and where do we go? Well, the sky's the limit. But I will say this. When we go to, let's go to perspective, right? So when we talk about where we can go, so let's go to HBAR, and let's compare it to a few things. So first off, let's compare it to Ethereum. Okay, we would need to be worth $42.87. We are absolutely killing HBAR. Okay, absolutely killing it. And I don't say that just because I hold HBAR and that it's one of my top holders. It's my number one hold. I say this because we actually are. By transactional data, by data overall, we are killing Ethereum. We are the true Ethereum killer. We talk about ADA. $8.44 right there. Okay, and that's not even at the topping point for ADA, because that would be like nearly $10. What about Bitcoin? $94. That's not even at the top. We're talking about $1 trillion market cap for HBAR at least. At least. The world will run on HBAR. We talk about XRP, $5.37. Solana, $5 nearly. Guys, the future looks extremely bright for HBAR. We compare it to assets that aren't even close to HBAR's level. All right, HBAR, for what it's worth, is doing everything the right way, from compliance to regulations to building to the updates. They are doing everything the right way. And this is only the beginning. So with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. Guys, we are more than ready to go much, much higher. Be careful with the news tomorrow. Do not FOMO too much in. I think that we could see a little bit of a sell-off. But with that being said, I'm still very bullish for HBAR. Long term, I think that we easily hit $50 plus. Now, I'm not saying that this is this bull run that we hit $50, but we could see some major price appreciation for HBAR as time marches on. So with that being said, thank you all for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. The Nick. Peace out.